Hello everybody, you're probably waking up as I look like I'm half asleep. I look like I'm in pajamas, but it's my kind of stretched out Marvel Contest of Champions t-shirt. It's because I'm clearing out my garage today, and believe it or not, you wear things that are not exactly your finest garms when clearing out said garage. So today we're kicking off with the Summoner's Sigil, unless the Shorts video is being out, unless that's kicking off today. There's been a bit of a development overnight on this, or not overnight, but depending on what time zone you are. If you're European, then this would be overnight, and of course regular time for those in the US, Canada, and other places. So Kabam have said after the launch of the update Summoner Sigil, we said we would work making a few changes and updates based on your feedback. The feedback was varied, and we're going to be going back to what the community was saying from like several months ago, or no, 1 month ago when it was launched. People had made their feelings known about it, and of course it's frustrating because there was elements of value and there was elements of things that just weren't there and things that we needed to see back. And I thought this had already been done, but apparently it had not. I think from what Kabam said in the live stream, it kind of feels like it's taken a little bit of time to actually do that. I'll see this actually actioned in. Those things actioned in that are going to be seen is 1 Sigil Potion, 1 Champion Boost, 1 Alliance Wars Champion Boost added to the weekly bundle for all players with the Sigil. And as I said, I thought this had already been done, but it feels weird because this was at the start of the month. Kabam said in the live stream that they were going to be doing this, or give an indication of this. So I'm kind of like, why has this not been done sooner rather than later? And what has been changed or removed is the Champion Boost and Alliance Wars Champion Boost will no longer be purchasable in the Sigil store because you'll be theoretically getting them for free. Sigil potions can still be purchased, so if you get like we get 1 for free a week, you then get to add on something else to buy if you're looking for something to help you through Epic of Pain or any kind of like meatier piece of content. There's also featured 5-star and 6-star crystals have been added back to the Black ISO market, which we know that before players would chill with this, they like this, but then all of a sudden it's like, why is this being removed? Why is this being changed? Very, very bizarre. It's also with the crystal and relic trade-ins. Now players will be able to trade in lower rarity crystal shards for higher rarity crystals. Players no longer need to save enough lower rarity shards to purchase an entire higher rarity crystal. The total monthly trade-in limit remains the same. Okay. And additionally, this was the early adopters. This kind of like, what would we refer to as a founders pack type thing. Additionally, we are sending our early adopters a reward package containing 5 Sigil Potions, 5 Champion Boosts, 5 Alliance Wars Champion Boosts, and 30 Sigil Credits. This will be sent to all Summoner Sigil subscribers next week. Thank you for all your patience and feedback and for subscribing. Now, is this change good or bad? Well, it's very indifferent. It's difficult to know when you're a spender in MCOC, and I haven't spent for years and years and years and years. So what are people's thoughts around whether or not they're going to actually buy it? Some people are like, yes, they're kind of like they're happy with the change. Some, yes. And then others, not so much. MCOC at the moment is going for a bit of a tough time as to meta rewards. And where does one get one's meta rewards? If you look at different types of areas in the game, AQ, AW, and the emergence of the tier 7 basic and the kind of chase of it being such a long drawn out process, but people want it. If people want a little bit of tier 7 basic and Kabam drip feed a little bit or kind of dangle the carrot, then players want to go for it. And if they're not seeing some of these like higher meta reward items in things like stores and things, especially if you buy, and look, there becomes a bit of a divide between those that spend and don't spend, but people are looking, when they spend the money in MCOC, value for money. And I'm not saying that the Sigil isn't value for money, but if you do break down, which I did break down before, you get 5,540 units, which is equivalent to about $170 worth of value for the price of about $120. And that is the US, and of course that breaks down differently for other countries. And doesn't bring into consideration the fact that you do get all of these extras right here, whether it be the extra 7-star shards, the extra the full revives, not full revives, full energy refills, some 7-star signature stones and other things as well. Is it super substantial? No. But is it adding extra value plus including all the features? Yeah, okay, it technically works out. I guess the point that I keep coming back to is like, well, what is it that actually hooks players in as interested in the Summoner Sigil because there's difference of opinions. I'm sure a lot of people actually like it, and a lot of those people aren't necessarily on the forums, but I'm sure a lot of people do actually like the Summoner Sigil for what's in it, and I think the items that we mentioned are definitely one of them. But I do see Arena Express mode being mentioned quite a bit as the methodology as to why are people so interested in that. And yeah, it's like just that Arena Express mode, and maybe that's something that Kabam need to consider adding in, like a new mode, not mode, but a new feature, yeah, that would kind of entice more people to stay, like staying for the rewards. The rewards aren't exactly game breaking from buying in $10 a month, and nowadays, especially with a very busy year for gaming, whether or not you're interested in RPG survival sandboxes like Dune Awakening, or you're going in the route of Marvel Rivals, which of course is gaining in popularity, and also GTA 6, which I'm very much considering what I'm going to be doing this year when it comes to coverage, and whether or not I'm going to be using one of my redundant YouTube channels, which will probably be Rich Plays, and sparking that back up as a GTA 6 channel, and like spending a bit more time separated out between MCOC content coverage and trying to enjoy myself with GTA 6. So I'm considering some options with that, especially because I would look forward to playing that. Although I do have to buy a PS5, and that's pretty expensive, but hey, all the money I'm saving by not spending in game, I can actually buy a lot of stuff rather than, 100. Look at it this way: 120. No, was it 240? I can't remember how much it was. Like those extensive amount of dollars that was spent on those rank 4 7-stars, and I did say by the end of this year you'd be getting them for free. That's weird, isn't it? It's kind of sad, but yeah. Early access and paying a high amount of money doesn't necessarily get you what you want to get you. But hey, it's up to you where you want to spend your money. If you've got a spare $200,000, fair play to you. You're obviously doing very well and successfully financially to warrant playing on a mobile game. And the plus side, as I said, like it's keeping developers running and still employed in a very difficult time for the video game industry. I do see raised quite a bit Sigil credits. Player says here, Sigil credits feel sparse. The trading options are sometimes absurd, although the lower trading prices could be good if they're reasonable, and I don't play enough Arena to justify the Express. I was never really tempted to purchase Sigil before, but it feels like they've completely devalued the Sigil credits while making it almost stupid to purchase Sigil, which, by removing the specific tokens for the 7-star purchase. Yeah, I know everybody each to their own with what they like and what they don't like, because people will look at the Sigil credit system and go, this does not work for me, and this doesn't necessarily, I'm not necessarily interested in arena grinding. Difference for me is that I need that as an avenue and an alleyway in order to access units as a non-spending player. I can't just buy units. It's not in the MO for what I'm doing with the channel, with the challenge of being non-spending in general and taking stuff on. So yes, that's going to be a problem for some. And yeah, will you reactivate? Are you happy with the state of the Summoner Sigil in its how it is? Do you think that it would have, I personally think it would have been better for Kabam to and they don't do this very much, where they poll people, they speak to people about the Summoner Sigil and going, we're thinking of doing this, what are your thoughts on this? And then kind of getting some feedback as to the direction. At least what they could do is, if they did stuff like that in future, it would be like, hey, so we polled 100 to 1,000 Sigil buyers, and we found that we were going to propose this, but now as a result we're going to propose this as a change to it, because we've polled the people that actually buy it, the people that actually interact with it, and just give that full level of transparency. Kabam don't really seem to do that nowadays. They don't, or in general. And I know that's like a game industry thing, but when Marvel Rivals and I'm not just using that, Arrowhead Studios and Helldivers people, when something happened, they made changes to it. The same way if a games developer brings into consideration the community as to what they feel about it. Not me, not anyone in the CCP, I'm talking everybody in the community. They put it on forums, they put it on Discord, they get this interaction with the community. then there's a less chance that they'll piss off said community. And that, I think, is just a better way to go at it, but that's something for Kabam to consider and do. It's just then when people are peed off, then if, say, 1,000 Summoner Sigil people that spend go, well, 100 of us are now not going to buy anymore because they're peed off and we're never going to come back. You're down to 1,900. You're down to 900 people, and then you do something again. Then you're down to 800 people, and as the years go on, the more time you piss people off, the more people kind of like go away from it, and then we're left with a state where you don't have financial backing from and like a subscription service that people buy into and interested in. Anyway, it's just stakeholder analysis. It's management 101. But in any case, what are your thoughts on the Summoner Sigil, the changes, the things that they have done? Are you happy with it? Not happy with it? There's still some good value in it, but it's what you personally think is good value. Is the Arena Express mode good value to you? Yes, no. Is the amount of units you get for free from it, from those weekly bundles, good value in your opinion? Yes or no? Like, you've got to make a decision as to what you like or dislike about it. But those credits seem to be something I think a lot of people agree on, especially from the evidence of what people have said feedback wise. Your thoughts, as always, in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. Check out some other content located on screen. I'll see you all very soon. Bye bye.